It was a wonderful experience.
In general, it was fantastic.
Totally new idea for Jordanians.
Very thankful for the THW organization.
The German Federal Agency for Technical Relief, based in Bonn, provides worldwide assistance. Since 2012, specialists of THW have supported Syrian refugees in the camps Al-Satari and Al-Azraq, east of the Jordanian capital Amman. Civil protection in Jordan so far has been entirely reliant on full-time staff. Involvement of the civil society, as in Germany, did not exist. The government of Jordan recognized the benefits of a voluntary civil protection system and asked THW for assistance in implementing such an approach.
In case of disaster and extraordinary incidents, countries need to use and mobilize all its resources. And volunteers actually, they are good supporter for civil defense staff in case of emergencies.
Disaster prevention is becoming increasingly important. THW, as an organization predominantly reliant on volunteer staff, has existed in Germany since 1950 and with its experience and capabilities represents an invaluable international role model as demand for volunteer-based systems continues to increase.
One
tendency we see worldwide is that civil protection organizations no longer only react to disasters or crises. The tendency goes towards setting up disaster response structures and capacities in advance, which are then ready to deploy when needed. THW has been successfully implementing similar volunteer-centered projects in Tunisia since 2012. The cooperation with the Jordanian government began in 2017. Among other activities, the joint capacity building project included the training of 24 Jordanian full-time civil protection trainers at THW local sections in Germany. We have to thank you for the invitation to Germany. The courses for our trainers in Essen were very professional. For us, it was a completely new idea that volunteers can help us in civil protection. We learned a lot about volunteering and education. Something like that did not exist in Jordan before. The volunteer system was developed together with Jordanian authorities and THW. The German volunteer system was adapted to Jordanian national structures. Training materials were translated, and the first volunteer for the first training course was conducted. The end of October marked the first volunteer training with 22 participants in Amman. THW operational staff from Germany supported the Jordanian trainers as mentors. How can I work with rock? It's about how can I free buried people from rubble? How can I gain access by cutting through stone using core drilling equipment? When it comes to metalworking, the main thing is to get to know the separators, to know how to cut through a reinforcement in order to reach buried victims and save them. Water hazards are also a central part of the training. How can you work with sandbags? How do you work with pumps? What are all the special aspects to take into consideration during a flood-related emergency? New to us as government agency trainers was not just working with volunteers, but also technical aspects, such as the use of sandbags to combat floods. For us, this is a new technology which we now can use in civil defense. In the coming months, a total of 6 locations will be set up nationwide, based on the THW local section concept in Germany. These local sections will be used as basis for training the volunteers in the upcoming events.
Very thankful for the THW organization for their support and their help providing training for our volunteers and providing us with different specialized equipments and vehicles.
But not only the Jordanian population will benefit from the new civil protection system, the neighbor state Syria also forms a part of the project. On one hand, the idea is to teach the basics of tools usage so that the volunteers can help each other if there's a need inside of Satari. Secondly, the idea is to establish the basic know-how for the rebuilding of the Syrian civil protection. It's not just about transfer of know-how, but also about transmitting the idea of volunteering in a state civil protection system in Syria in the future. In early November 2017, the first training of Jordanian volunteers ended. Volunteers and state trainers received their graduation certificates at a stately ceremony. Crown Prince Hussein bin Abdullah personally thanked THW Vice President Gerd Friedsam and once again emphasized the importance of German aid in the development of Jordan's civil protection.